Well, I accidentally hit the space bar there, so I lost much of what I didn't lose it, but I have to pick up from where I left off. Okay, so I was I was reading you the interpretation of Emerald Tablet 12 by Dorial. Okay, so I'm gonna try to paste this into the video at some point. Okay, so where I was leaving off, the prophecy on this page is so plain, no comment is needed, save to say that we are now entering on the period spoken of. In the end, light will reign, and man becomes one with the all-pervading consciousness, and shall pass as one into the higher cosmic cycle. Thoth prepared to leave the outer earth and return to Amenti, placing his body beneath the fire of life, while his soul goes elsewhere. When man again rises to light, he promises that he will come forth again. He adjures them to guard the secrets he has given them, and especially the entrance to the halls of Amenti. How well they kept their trust is shown by the fact that it is still guarded by their descendants. Okay, so that's the completion of the interpretation of Tablet 12. Tablet 13. Thoth promised to teach the secret of the flower of life, and when they attained oneness, they shall go to Amenti. The flower of life is the solar plexus of the earth, and from it spirit flows, holding earth in form. The same spirit is in man as in earth, only different in quantity. Man is dual in polarity, and when one pole becomes unbalanced, the equilibrium of the body is shaken, and sickness and death appear. Perfect balancing of the polarities eliminates sickness and disease. The flower of life exerts a balancing effect on the polarities of the body, holding them in even equilibrium. The rest of this tablet is so plain it needs no interpretation, for only definite exercises are given. That is the interpretation of Tablet 13. As you can see, it's only a page for that interpretation. And then it goes on to the supplementary tablets, which are actually just, continuations, or you could say Tablet 14 and 15, if going by the free online version. Depending on what you read, I mean, as far as it is concerned, I have now read this book in its entirety. So after reading, again, I never feel like I bring enough wisdom from this book. Well, I mean, I never feel like I can actually walk away from the book and explain it as clearly as I want, and, have fun with it. So I'm going to do a short review here, okay? This book is a must. I don't really need to review it, as it must be reviewed by you. You should be the reviewer of this book. You should be the one to determine its magical power. You yourself should be the one to determine whether this book belongs on your library. And to do that, what you can do is go read it on Crystal Links for free, as mentioned in a previous video on this book. And if you like it, good. Then you'll see it, and you'll read it and, digest it. I mean, the keys to magic, the keys to time, the keys to space and immortality, the keys to the mysteries. The key to Atlantis and the mystery of Thoth, the key of wisdom. It's all discussed here, man. As above, so below. The key to the above, the key to the below. The keys of life, the keys of death. They're all in here. This version, especially, if you're gonna buy it, don't buy the paperback. Just buy this. I'm serious. After owning the paperback, I can tell you it's well worth it. Like I said, I've probably owned 2 to 3 versions of the paperback. Each one has, just walked on off, man. I mean, for real. Okay? Usually once people really start reading it and they get to tablet 8 or whatever, once they get past the fact that they're going to have to read and, they read what's in it, they usually like it, man. I mean, it's a really good book. It's a good, orientation to, Tahuti and Atlantean philosophy and, the cosmology according to the Egyptians and, the keys to polarity and, it has the keys of time and magic and space, and it talks about the life eternal in it. I mean, it talks about piety and the dark brotherhood versus the light brotherhoods on Atlantis, and it talks about the war between Atlantis and Lemuria. I mean, if you really want to know where the mysteries, could have a 99% positive chance came from Atlantis, and that theory. I mean, it's even a conspiracy theory that all the people behind the scenes are Atlantean. Now that I would debate. However, my opinion is that most of the esoteric occult wisdom does in fact come from Tahuti, Thoth, the Atlantean, who has given you writing, religion. I mean, the list goes on and on, man. I mean, the things that Thoth himself are credited with include a lot of things, medicine, wisdom, magic. He was said to be, to give us the complete magical science is said to have come from him. He's the father of science, the father of religion, the father of just so many things to name. I mean, it may not all come from Thoth or Tahuti, but it is said that his spirit has incarnated in many different forms. I mean, like it says in this book, I believe that it says that Thoth was the father of Thoth on Atlantis, and Thoth himself was born 20,000 years ago. Well, there's other speculation that Thoth and Tahuti, they are the same, but there's speculation that Thoth and Tahuti are also Enki from the Sumerian tablets, and you can get into that. I mean, it really just depends on where you yourself want to take it. So, my suggestion, read this book. If you're serious about being a Hermeticist and learning what we really stand for, that book is highly recommended. And I have nothing negative, period, to say about the book, because I'm probably going to sit down and read the book in 30 years' time from now, just as I did here. It does not take that long to read the tablets in their entirety. You can do it within under 5 hours. And let me make that clear. This is a 200-page book. I don't know if the amount of hours that, have been spent on reading all of this, I'm sure it's been quite a few, but, that would give you a chance at understanding how somebody with no education, such as myself, can really crawl out of the gutter and, absorb wisdom and knowledge and use it. I mean, that goes to show, I don't read fast, I do not read as clear as I would like. I do not read, with the rhythm and flow that I would like, but at the same time, I'm only 24. So, give or take a few more years of experience, I might be teaching the wisdom, I might be, well, I am a master, But what I'm saying is, things grow in nature. A flower starts out as a seed. It grows petals, it blooms, It reaches its apex, yada, yada, yada. I don't think I've reached my apex just yet. They say 24 is the peak year of your life. So maybe that's my path, man, reading and being a narrator. I'm thinking about that. I kind of did partially invent the video book here. Reading a book on camera. I didn't invent it. I mean, people have done it before, dude, but, there really isn't that many good readings of the Emerald Tablets on YouTube, from what I can see. Well, anyway, people, so this ends the interpretation portion of Thoth the Atlantean, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean. I gave my little review there of what's in the book, what to expect. Really good book. The two things I suggest is that you buy the hardback cover, the hardback version for your personal library, and only go that route if you are going to buy. If, however, you are not going to purchase the book and you have no intentions of purchasing the book, read it online for free at least once in your life. That way you know, and that way you have it, etc., etc. All points are valid. I mean, I don't know how you can't study Thoth and not, experience the magic of Tahuti. But that's my opinion. I mean, it really does broaden your path and make the path you walk a little more magical. Unexpected fortune and good luck, just coming your way out of nowhere. Maybe doors and windows of opportunities for wisdom and knowledge acquisition will open to you. Just things that would be beneficial to happen to you will happen to you on the path of magic. So definite 10-star out of 10-star. It's an occult classic. It was written 100 years ago by Dorial, translated, etc., etc. I don't know the exact year he translated it, but he translated it around the 1920s. If I remember correctly, and Manly Hall released his Secret Teachings of All Ages in the 20s. So some good things happened for the occult in the 20s. What to say, man? What to say? So 10 stars. Read it online for free if you have no intentions of buying it. Listen to my video and, absorb the wisdom, the videos, etc. If you're gonna buy the book, don't worry. Don't bother with the paperback. Maybe buy the paperback if you plan to lend it out. Yeah, but for your personal library, I'd have the hardcover on hand. Okay, so subscribe and goodbye.